Hi everyone, it's Pat here from Scrivener Art and Design, and today I am going to work on this painting to try and resolve it a little bit more than it is at the moment. So let's just take a bit of a look at it. So what I'm finding is that one thing, my green is quite intense here at the bottom. I've used this copper in one place to make some dribbles using high flow copper, but I didn't carry it on, so I think there needs to be a bit more of the copper. I'm finding this green also a little bit bright for that far back in the canvas, in the landscape, and also just feeling kind of everything being very busy. I've used a lot of paint skins in here, and I have some real yummy juicy areas, but that doesn't mean you can keep all of it. So I've made lots of marks into the canvas as well, into the thick paint. So in some cases I've used some paint skins in here as well. So down here you can see I've got some paint skins that I've used, so just acrylic from my palette, and done lots of these interesting marks back into thick paint. So a little bit of line work as well, but it's just overall it's too busy. So today I'm going to attempt to come into this painting and make some adjustments. So let's get going. So I'm going to start by adding a little copper. The copper is very transparent and it is iridescent, so it does give a little bit of a sheen. So just so we have that repeating itself in a couple of places. And maybe I'll give that one a little squirt too, just move it a little bit. Okay, so next I'm going to work on unifying the bottom more and toning it down a little. So I've mixed up some green with ultramarine blue and cad yellow medium. And so it's a little bit more muted. I have white in here as well. And I want to bring the green, a bigger shape of it in here, and maybe change these two little things that are talking to each other. Now I might like to leave some of the bits of blue peeking through just to give it some interest. And if this is not quite the right shade, I can let it dry and go into it again and change it up. But I'm just feeling this green is a little intense to have so much. I am using a catalyst scraper blade here. Okay. I'm just going to adjust that color a little bit and pop some in another place. Okay, so these two are kind of bothersome to me, so I'm going to kind of settle that down. I've neutralized this green a little bit. Yeah, so I'm going to change it up a little bit more to go back into the background, making a little bit more blue, and take care of this bit over here. Now I want to make some marks into this just as a bit of a reference to what was underneath. Flatten a few of them out, leave some textural looks in there. So now I'm finding that needs to be shifted as well. Something a little brighter in here. Okay, so if I put that color in one place, I have a little bit left. I'm going to add a little bit more in another place. So maybe just a little bit over here. Now I'm feeling like this is kind of all too much and too busy. I think I will settle this part down. So it's all about letting go as you're doing this and deciding what stays and what goes. And just trying to make a better composition overall. My eye is kind of getting stuck in on this part at the moment. I think somehow the color is too bright next to that blue. I'm gonna make a duller color to go there. Maybe that green is wrong altogether. going to try a bit of blue over that. So every time you kind of change your mind on color, it builds up a little history in the painting, and you know, just that all adds to it. And that color feels still a little bit too light for right there. Now you might be saying that, oh my, but that takes a lot of paint and it's a waste of paint. But is it a waste of paint, or is it just adding a lot of visual interest by building up some colors and having reference to what's underneath it? So I'm happier with that at the moment. But I do have a bit left of this color, so I'm going to bring it somewhere else just so that it is repeated. Okay, how are we doing? I love this little color here, but I'm finding it feels out of context with the rest. And yeah, I'm thinking I'd like to see some teal in there instead of that cooler blue. Let's just see how that might look. So try putting some of this on with a brush. Yeah, I think that's talking to the painting a little better overall. So again, I want to put this in more than one place. Still wet over here, so it's kind of picking up on that and blending the two together, and that's okay. Again, my eye's getting caught up right here, so let's see if I tone that down a little bit with the teal on my brush. Let's see what that does. Oh, that's better. All right, so there's a lot going on in this little cluster. I'm thinking that feels a little bit too much, too busy. Just because I have some of this on my brush, decided to put a little bit there. Put a little bit over here as well. So I'm feeling like it needs this to have a little bit of a relationship. I need some paint on my brush. That's not, maybe not the right brush for the job. Again, I think I'm going to calm this down a little as well. Well, I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. And stay tuned for the next video where I do some more work on it and hopefully bring it to the end mark. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, leave a comment. I would love to have some conversation with you. And if you have any questions, please post those in the comments as well. Or if you have an idea for a video that would be helpful for you, let me know. Thanks again for watching. Bye for now.